Right, welcome to Hauf Cut Under Informed. We've got a cracking episode for you. We've got Specksy of Specksy, Spuds and his new MMA promotion.
Strike MMA.
Aye, Strike MMA. For a guy that doesn't drink, what a conversation. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
The first podcast we've done with 0 drams, yet one of the best still. You don't need booze to have fun.
There's a good correlation there. The less bevy, the better we are.
Better quality conversation maybe.
Well, you can judge it for yourself. What I'll say is, if you can do us a favour, subscribe to the YouTube, follow us on Instagram, stuff like that, and what's the last thing? The Spotify thing. Follow us on Spotify. I never get the words right.
If you're a driver, follow us on Spotify. Try to watch it in the house. So as it working your iPad and your break, follow us on YouTube.
Aye. Anyway, enjoy the podcast. Right, welcome to Hauf Cut Under Informed. We've got a fantastic guest. I've been a fan of your tunes for ages.
Right.
Fan of your Spuds.
That's it, yeah.
Fan of your ring, mate. Fuck, mate, you've got an MMA promotion coming on, man. It's class. Thank you for coming to the pub. This is the Piper, just for everybody listening. This is the Piper Whiskey Bar. It's an upstairs whiskey lounge, and now it is actually a bottle shop as well. So if you're looking for some whiskey and you're near the vicinity of the town centre, come in, have a look, have a talk to Ross, and buy yourself a bottle. But anyway, thank you, Reece or Specksy. Thank you very much for coming.
No worries about that.
As I was just saying, mate, we've just done the podcast before we started, mate.
Too busy catching up, weren't we,
Too busy, aye, mate. So, mate, first of all, congrats on the baby.
Yes, mate.
Thank you.
So, what's your baby called?
Lennox Reece Muir.
That's good, man, aye.
Wee man's a fighter, like I was saying to the big man there. He was in the neonatal for a few days at the start, and that being so. And my missus already liked Lennox, know what I mean? I was a wee bit touch and go with it, man, but because he was in there for a few days, know what I mean? The wee man was a fighter, so I'm like, got to be.
Aye, mate, that's a fucking belter.
I thought it was after Bobby Lennox.
That's another man I know. We'll call that a double bang, you know what I mean?
That's class. I've got a Wayne Jew as well, but I was thinking if I had a girl, I've called my dog Guinness after a drink.
Aye.
And I was saying to Rebecca, like, if I had a girl, which our mates now called his wee girl Isla now.
Aye.
But that's like a whiskey region.
Is it?
So I was like, if we could call it Isla, but then country start noticing and pull me up for it. So I was like, nah, maybe
copying the name.
A lot of Bevy and names.
Name your Waynes after Bevy.
I know.
Aye, the social open the door.
I know, mate, I know. Funny enough, she's worried about that. I don't know, you've experienced it at all, like, so, like, they need a health visit and all that.
Health visit.
She's like, do not say anything to them, but don't joke with them, they'll take everything serious. Like, anything you say about, like fucking me kidding on hard battering me. She's like, they will chase that up. I was like, oh, that's fucking mad.
You would end up saying something.
I know, mate.
It's a joke. I would be the same. I'd be having a laugh.
She does me in every time I don't do the mask, you know that. I don't take that serious. I know. They're all right. They're just getting Wayne's best interest in it.
They do, mate. And she the ones that I've met, they've all been lovely. So, me Lennox is fucking good now.
Aye, mate. Brand new, man. He's a wee belter, mate. He's too cute, but he's wee bit harder this time around. I feel as if he's kind of up during the night more than my daughter was, know what I mean? So, been a bit of long nights, man. He's up about 3-4 times a night now. So, but it's one of the ones. I've been off for a few weeks, so it's not been too bad anyway, know what I mean? But once I go back to work, it'll be...
How much paternity leave you gave yourself?
Well, 3 weeks it'll be. I'm back on Monday, know what I mean? So I've been off for 2 weeks now, so that'll be 3 weeks, mate, do you know what I mean? But if you've got to...
And at the risk of getting you into trouble, right, are you kind of a wee bit bored? Because I've never met a guy that does more stuff.
Well, I know. Aye, mate, well, that is I'm like, when I was in the day, I just came in, I was obviously away, like I tell you, in the toilet, I was away to Cumbernauld doing like interviews for like future employees for Specksy Spuds. I was away over there, and then I just came back in, I was in for half an hour, I'm like, right, I'm away to do a podcast in Glasgow now. She's like, but you never told me about that. You know what I mean? I'm like, I know. My daughter's like, you just went and done a podcast last week, Dan. You were away doing interviews, where are you away to now? You know what I mean? Well, just like to keep busy here, innit?
It's good, mate, it's good. I like how you've got... mate, so first of all I was going to say, I like how you've got your dad working with you as well, especially Spuds, man. Fuck, mate, I don't like baked potatoes, mate, never have. And I've just got it in my head that it's a pure council dinner. I went to yours, mate, and I was like, this is fucking dynamite.
It's the primo.
I was like, pure, like this, my missus, we were talking about it before, my missus got one, and I was in organising stuff for the pub, for the baby shower that we were doing next door. She brought it in, she goes, there we go, there's a wee bit for you, and I was like, oh my god, if I'd have known it was this, I'd have got the whole thing.
I've been away for longer, no, I know, obviously the big man, I didn't know you'd came obviously until there, but I remember the big man's face anyway, that was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, was it?
2 weeks ago, man, I've been looking if you come back ever since.
I know.
So, it's how's it going, mate?
Brilliant, mate, brilliant, obviously it is, working with your dad's like working with family, you know what I mean? It is hard, do you know what I mean? I'll no lie, you know what I mean? It is hard. It's the heat in the kitchen gets high, do you know what I mean?
So I loved about your dad, man. Any dog that was in the queue, man, when they got to the front, his dad came out with a wee bit of steak for the dog, man. Yeah, when your dog lads like us, man, I love that, man.
I know, he always eat that. My dad loves the dogs, man, you know what I mean? So whenever the dogs come, he always does that. He's like, any steak at the moment, that no, that man right out with a bit of steak for the dogs and that.
We've ran out of steak, man, because the dogs have had it.
Aye, that's where I've none left.
We had the steak, I think that's what Rebecca had, she had the steak man, mate. It was class.
I had the butter chicken, man. Who makes that? You or your dad?
No, just remember I was saying to you, the butter chickens, they team up with the Tudor. So we did, you know the Tudor in there, mate?
Did you not go for dinner there?
I went to the Tudor for her dad's birthday.
Aye.
Before I came to you. Aye. So I was unreal. I'd seen all their TikToks, man, and it lived up to the hype, man. It was class.
Aye, no, they're brilliant in there, mate. Obviously, the Tudor, it's kind of new owners. They've been open for like since before we were born, you know what I mean? And then a new family took over it, and they're like an Indian family, so it's like they do an Indian menu and a European menu now, and their Indian food's unbelievable. So whenever they contacted me, they wanted to do a wee like what do you call it? Collab, aye. So and then they started doing butter chicken, mate, and been a hit ever since, know what I mean? So everybody loves it. It's my favourite one, I know what I mean?
Aye. Where is the Tudor? Is it?
Airdrie,
mate. You're Coatbridge, aren't you?
Aye, I'm Coatbridge, mate.
Coatbridge boy make movies in the sun, sorry mate, I can't.
Where my dad's 50th was?
Oh, is that
that's
right?
the Tudor, aye. Well, that was in the hall with the right hand side, but there's a restaurant on the left hand side.
Aye, mate. They've got everything, barista. They better be putting this on it, telling them they better pay for this. Heavy wigging them up here. But aye, mate, no, it's good, mate. But aye, working with your dad, mate, I do enjoy it, know what I mean? Obviously, he done garages all his life. He worked as like a manager in a car garage for most of these days, you know what I mean? So, and he just was fed up, mate, know what I mean? And it was like, I want to try something else, and obviously I've always been really entrepreneurial, whereas he's always just kind of wanted to stay safe and stay in a job, do you know what I mean? As most people do, but I was just telling him, man, I was like, let's just try something together, know what I mean? Make you jump, man. I've never been afraid to, you know what I mean? I've told you, I've never been afraid to make you jump and try something new, do you know what I mean? So we came up with the idea together, got the van, came up with the idea first saying, like, we'll do Spuds, and then it was like, right, should we do a shop or should we do a cafe and all that? I said, no, we'll do a van, you know what I mean? Something that's different. There's no vans in Scotland that do it, do you know what I mean? You've got chippy vans all over the place and a couple of wee pizza vans here and there, but there's nobody doing Spuds driving about, do you know what I mean?
I've seen vans down south, but I've always seen them stationary. When I seen you moving about, I was like, that is a great idea.
It's genius, man. You just go where it's busy.
Mate, and every time I see a video of you, it's queued out the door.
When we go everywhere, that's what I'm saying. It's like when you're stationary somewhere, sometimes it's like it can die out, do you know what I mean? Whereas I feel like because I go all around different places, it keeps it going, keeps you buzzing. When you've not been back somewhere for like 4, 5, 6 weeks, then you go back, the lines are just as big again because I better get him now while I'm in the area, do you know what I mean? So it's a kind of, it's a psychology sales thing and all, do you know what I mean? Because you give people something too much, they don't want it anymore. You know what I mean? Like imagine if I was pulling up to somewhere and just going the same place all the time, the lines wouldn't be big all the time, you know what I mean? The people get sick of waiting. Aye,
mate, that's actually fucking genius. I like that. There's I stay in Denison and there's a Spud shop there, and Rebecca, as I said, Rebecca loves them. Aye. Anytime we go, we can't get it open. Like I don't know if it's shut already. And that might be the case why, but it doesn't seem like you're at any sign of stopping, do you?
Oh no, definitely. I mean,
did I hear you talking about getting another van?
Aye, mate, so that's why I was kind of interviewing a few people today in that, mate, because that's the plan, is I'm going to get a trailer this time, so like a lot bigger van, because it's the trailer, you can fit a lot more in it, do you know what I mean? I can get 4 ovens in it, I can have 2 serving windows, I can have 4 or 5 staff on it, do you know what I mean? And now you can't swing a carton in my van, you know what I mean? My dad literally back to back, you know what I mean, literally, so when I get this bigger van, I'll be able to take it to the festivals and that, because that's been a big thing. I've turned down a lot of work, you know what I mean? Like I've been asked to do gala days, birthdays, weddings, funerals, everything, mate. Like people want the Spud van everywhere, christenings and all that, and I just, because of the size of the van I've got, it's just it's not like working out because I'm maxed out to what I can do, so I can't take it to like transmit and all that now with what I've got, but once I get this bigger van on the road, then 100% I'll be smashing it all that. I also
realise we've done things like this as well, with taking the whiskey places and going to events, and you go to big events with loads of folk, and it's a fucking bump.
Aye.
Like they know how much you're going to make, so they'll price you to get your profit, and then you just kind of barely wash your face, and then that's it.
I know, mate. That's just like when you go to when you go to like your festivals and all that, people are charging £20 a burger and all that. Do you know what I mean? It's because they're making you pay so much money before you've even made a penny yourself.
And I don't think we certainly didn't look at that. We didn't notice that either until we went to Transmit and seen that they're charging the prices. You're like, what the fuck?
See, the Oasis gigs, I knew somebody that had had a van there, and they get told you're charging minimum £16 for a burger and chips. That you actually can't, I'll not let it go under. But also your pictures fucking £2,000 or whatever. You know what I mean? They actually get told that's the price and that's it. Don't about the Transmit, but the Oasis at my field was like that.
That's crazy, mate.
I paid it. I needed it.
Definitely.
For the day. You don't care, man. You're happy. It's that. Here's the cash, mate.
I went to. I was just saying, I went with Donaghy, right? Evan Riley's pal, and how Donaghy was in the podcast and that. I ended up going in with him, man. I didn't have a ticket, mate, so I was trying to get. I'm pure last minute that way, mate. I'm leave things last minute all the time. It was like 2 days before they were coming. I was like, oh my god, now I want a ticket now. You know what I mean? Pure left at last second. Tried to get a ticket for ages, mate. For the couple of days, all day, night, messaging, everything. It was just all scams, you know what I mean? Couldn't get one, mate, so I got no what, man, not the scheme boy in me, brass necked it, man, went right into Murrayfield, mate, without a ticket, man, and mate, 3 times I tried to get in, mate. You know, it's too funny to see the second person I tried to get in, mate, was Mark Black and Sean Ewart, so it was, the comedians, mate. I seen them in the queue and they're like, Specksy, what's happening, bro, and that, but mate, I've not got a ticket. I said, show them your ticket and try and get in with me. I went, and we went in together, and then we get by the first guy, mate, and then the second man, he's like, hey, you've not got a ticket, man. I started sprinting, man. The guy started chasing after me, and I was like, no, what, I'm going to get caught here. Went back, mate, and then I bumped into Donaghy, and then he was getting in with his pal, mate, and we tried the exact same thing again, and it just, a bit of timing perfection, mate. Went by, and the guy thought there was 2 ways, and there was actually 3 ways, you know what I mean? Just went like that, boom, right through, mate, and up sneaking right into Oasis, man. Best night of your life, too, you know what I mean?
Mate, we said that and all when we went, and I had mates. We said that it was so easy to get into, like if you didn't have a ticket, because we went in a group of 8, and it all counted.
We went out, there was 10 of us, and I had 8 tickets on my phone, and he scanned the 8 of them, and just flagged the 10 of us in, and they two were like, it was a mate's wee sister and pal, and they were like, we've no scanned your ticket, but if nice in, but a mate, they went on the Tuesday when the ticket got to guy and went, oh mate, I've got the internet, it's no pulling up the ticket. I only got mentioned squad.
Did it?
I just never get an F.
It was the last day that I went. So
on the Tuesday?
And it was all the stuff, all the people jumping in with it the first day.
So because of that happened the first day, they made it really more like security. Like you had the big field bit that you had to go across, and they had like all sorts of different security checks. So it was like 3 different security checkpoints. When we got to the last checkpoint, it was the bit where it was like a security there, then you walk down like, in between the barriers and they check your ticket, then they gave you a band, and that was a bit where we got like, we found it out, you know what I mean? So we walked in, they showed the 2, and I walked through first, and he was like, oh, that's only 2 tickets, and as the guy was putting the band on me, he's just done that and grabbed Marv. I've just been like, fuck off, man, boom, started running, mate.
The persistence to go back to it. Sorted, so well done.
Definitely, that's what I was saying, mate. Because I was all the way in Edinburgh, you know what I mean? I didn't have a lift home or nothing, man. I'm like, I better get in here, you know what I mean? So, listen, you don't try, you don't get in it.
You're right, mate. Shy Waynes don't get any sweeties, mate. That's a good thing to live by. I'm literally looking at this stuff going, so see when you say you're persistent, I see what you mean, mate. Dial a booze, you're punting cocktails, you're selling water, you've got a Spud van, a new music career and MMA promotion.
You might run through a few of them, right? The one that interests me the most, I know it sounds mental, is the water. Everything else I fully understand.
Maybe come back to it.
Maybe take chronological, man.
We'll take
but interesting to me, I love it, man.
Oh mate, I've done more than that, man. That's only half it.
Is that the summarised version?
I'm just, when you say I'm very persistent, I was like, I can see what you mean, mate, you're doing well. And what you said, with the things that you're trying are working half because you're getting a bit older, mate. Like you've made the mistakes and you know how to sort them. I think it's a good trait to be persistent, and also I think it's a good trait to know when you've not done something right. And just gone, fuck, this isn't working. And we done that with kind of rum, didn't we? We distilled and made rum at the start, mate. And it was amazing. No, mate, it was good, mate. But see towards the end, folk were trying to buy volume off you. And we couldn't get a price that suited them because we wouldn't make any money.
They were wanting it for cheaper than what it could be made for.
And then you're like, this doesn't work. So, but then by that point, we'd already discovered whiskey. And we kind of pivoted into trying whiskey. Funny enough, I actually meant to say to you before we made all the plans to hang with this a whiskey podcast. You like whiskey, you take a wee dram.
I know.
I don't even booze, man.
I know, that's what when you said to me last night, I was thinking, I was like, it's almost a podcast about whiskey and all that, and I was like, aye mate, I don't even actually booze, but listen, at the end of the day, it's one of the ones, mate, and I've been like that since for the last maybe 7 years or something like that, man. I've just not really, I drink, as I said to you, I drink 4 times a year, mate. When say like I'm playing Rangers at Parkhead or Hampden, mate, that's the only times I get a drink, mate, do you know what I mean? Or last game of the season, I know, obviously, you know what I mean, trophy day, but apart from that, mate, I'm just...
might not get one this year.
Is your next drink going to be the 10th of May then?
Well, it will be, but no, well, 10th of May, the day I was meant to be getting a wee drink at the show, because you've put all that work in all the months, man, you go out, you know what I mean, after let the hair down, man, get a wee booze with the boys, but I've obviously had to call it off now, do you know what I mean? I can't drink because obviously the old firm's the next day, and I'm no one for going right through. I can't handle it anymore, mate. So back in the day, but no anymore, mate. You know what I mean? So
off topic, you're talking about Old Firm Day, our last game of the season. See your Rising tune. My core memory of that is that season we had like a Bada, Juranovic, not Merchant City party. Don't know if it was the first one or the second one. That tune had just come out, and we were walking from Merchant City up to his flat. Me and our pal Skippy, having that on the phone, just shouting it in the street, walking up like pure bams from Merchant City to his flat to go back for a booze. That is my core memory of that tune.
Oh mate, you know,
just a pure good time we select that.
That was a great time, mate, and obviously it was supposed to get played at Parkhead that day, so obviously JP in it, the SMO, he'd put a request into the club to play it. And that everybody, it was Motherwell, I think we played the last game of the season that year, if my memory serves me right anyway. And mate, so I was waiting, man. I mean, JP was trying to get it on, I was waiting. I think they were going to play at Parkhead, so it never came to fruition, man. But I think it was one of the ones as well. At the time, I was just Specksy doing all my tunes and all my other songs, obviously, you know what I mean? You know what they're like, you know what I mean? So I think they were like, I don't really want to...
There's another reason to fucking sack the board.
You know what I mean? I don't think they really want to entertain me, man, but at the end of the day...
You see some of the cunts that play at Celtic Park.
Often, I know.
I imagine Ibrox and all, you know, like
that.
Come on, man.
I know, surely I was doing a bit
I think you're the people's champ, mate, for every cunt.
People's champ's a good word, man.
You're the people's champs, mate. So, I was just going to ask you to see with the Spuds, mate. We've dealt with folk, customers, mate. They can be a nightmare. I know they're the lifeblood of your business, but if you had any fucking idiots at mate.
You obviously, mate. To be honest, it's for most part people are sound. You know what I mean? I think when you're sound with people are sound with you. But you always get a couple of dafties, mate. It's the standard, isn't it? Especially when you're dealing with customers, man, in a business. But I think like there was one day, mate, and like the lines are always like really, really long, so nobody really ever says anything. Like they maybe whisper stuff to each other and be a wee bit, oh, I can't believe I was waiting this long, but nobody actually really be cheeky to you about it. But it was one day we were in View Park, and honestly it was like a storm dara or something, and it was like a pure hangby storm, thunderstorm, mate. The van hatch was nearly blown off and that. My dad's like, shut this down, and I was like, no, keep it going. And an old boy came up, mate. It was wee grandson. And like, mate, honestly, people had been waiting there. It was pissing a rain and that, man, pure bad weather, and nobody was saying anything, mate. They were just standing there waiting, and then this old boy pulled up, man, with his wee grandson, pulled up in the motor. Mate, I seen him get out of the car. He was standing there, I swear to God, no longer than 5 minutes, and he's like that for the back of the queue. What's happening, all that, how long's this going to take, man, how long's the queue, 2 hours, no, that pure shout things for the back of the line, mate, and I was already pure raging, because things were blown all over the place, mate. It was like the Wizard of Oz, man, see when the house is blown off, mate, there was spuds flying everywhere and all that, man, lids and all that, mate, because the wind was so bad, the door was rattling off it, and I was already stressed out, and he's shouting for the back. He'd only been standing there a couple of minutes, and I'm like, mate, I just ended up saying to him, I was like, mate, I look like a fucking octopus to you, you know what I mean? What do you want me to do, you know what I mean? I said, actually, you don't want to make me jump back in your car. And the funny thing is too, he jumped back in the car, right, but his wee grandson stayed. His wee grandson had the false Eric track on. He must have been like a Specksy fan or something. he probably didn't even want to come, it was probably just the grandson wanted to come. And he waited, mate, he got to the front. And he was only a wee guy too, mate. And he was
so you're saying the old geezer waited in the motor while
the grandson
was in the storm? He's probably about 40, mate.
Waited in the storm, mate. See when he got to the front too, I was like, what you want me, man? I thought it was a kids meal, not to order to a steak special, man. The dearest one in the menu. So he bounced out to pay it, and he's like, grander. When he bounced out to pay it, he was like, how much is it? And I'm like, 13 quid. And he was like, 13, what you order? That I like, he got the steak, man. I was like, wee man's got good taste. So I was buckled at that, you know what I mean? But
that's class,
but aye, mate, you always get a few daft.
And do you find your kind of customer base is social media related, like younger because it's the one in Steps was right next to the school.
And
it starts on about 3 o'clock, obviously, so you get people coming out.
It's an influx, mate, so I've got my customer base is completely wide open, mate, so you'll get the influx, you'll get the school wains at a primary school will finish at 3 o'clock, and their mo's or dads or grannies, whoever they're way, will bring them down, so that's kind of between 3 and 4 o'clock. You'll get all them, and then you'll get the high school kids finishing like 4 o'clock, and they'll maybe come down for 4 and 5, and then once you get to the end of that, you've got your 5, 6 o'clock, everybody finishes work, and that keeps you going 8 o'clock. So
that was me.
Aye, do you know what I mean?
That was me, straight back for work, man, 5:30, walk straight over.
Aye, mate, that's always the same everywhere you go, so I always know, like, this is the first influx, this is the second influx, and then this is the third, do you know what I mean? Because, like, don't get me wrong, mate, you've obviously got the young ones and that finished high school and primary school that have got TikTok and all that, and all Spexsy's van and that, but the mo's and dads want, and the grannies and that, they're obviously wanting a spud just as much, you know what I mean? They're just using him as an excuse. I'll take your vein down and all that, man. They're sitting waiting for a picture and all that and all.
See your previous like, social media presence for like Specksy. So did you use that same page? So or see like use that platform to like get a base to start with?
I've got some my Specksy music page, obviously. That's always been my Instagram. So it used to be just Reece Muir, do you know what I mean? It was just my normal Instagram, and then when I turned into Specksy, obviously, I get the stage name and that, I changed the name to Specksy Music, and it's been like that for years, but I just literally changed it, man, last month, so that it's just Specksy Official now, you know what I mean? Instead of, I changed it, because I've not been doing the tunes as much anymore, so I was like, do you know what, I'll just call it Specksy Official, but I started a new Spud page, obviously, so I've got the Specksy Spud page and that's separate, do you know what I mean? So, but that's probably where I think I've amassed. I think I've through Facebook, the Instagram and the TikTok, it's something like between 25 and 30,000 followers in 6 months or something like that, do you know what I mean? So,
you're doing alright, you seem to have mastered it, and it seems to be a loyal following, because it doesn't, it always looks, I like how you say as well, it's 3 PM until sell it, which is usually about 8.
Aye.
Should we get another van, you're probably going to be out longer now, aren't you? Because you've got bigger space to but mate, I fully expect you to be able to sell that out to, do you know what I mean? The queues are mental.
I know, but that's what I think as well though. A lot of, like, I'll be honest, a lot of people are a bit scared to come down in a way, because seeing it, like, I swear to God, see the amount of people say to me on a day-to-day basis, I'm trying to try the van, but I can't wait in the queues, like I would literally have double the customers, but so many people say, I can't wait in the queues, which is understandable, but see when I've got the 2 serving windows with more workers, I'll be able to serve people a lot faster and do a lot more. See if I've got 4 ovens running, do you know what I mean? So the more potatoes are going out, there's more people serving them, the lines are going down quicker, so naturally more people will actually come to the van, if you get me. So the sell out will just be a higher sell out point, but it'll still work, do you know what I mean?
And I seen the other thing that's going to go in your favour as well is the weather, mate. We were talking about that in Riley's gaff, and I was like, I didn't even think of that, mate.
Mate, if people can wait in Storm Dire, man, they'll be happy to wait.
Aye, mate.
20 plus degrees out there.
Mate, that's what I'm saying. It's like the weather's a really big one. Like, that's, I didn't even really think it through whenever I started it, but the weather has actually, like, as times went on, it's just stayed terrible. Like, how many sunny days we had in the last 2 years? Like, you could count in one hand. Do you know what I mean? So I've literally been like, oh my God, this isn't going to go well, but to be honest, people have stayed, like, mate, honestly, snow, wind, hail, whatever it is, mate, people are still standing in the queues for hours, so we must be doing something right, the food must be good, do you know what I mean, or people wouldn't be standing in it, and then whenever the sun does come out, it's just more of a reason to be like, I'm not caring, do you know what I mean? People just stand around, talk to their neighbours, talk to their pals, so things will just get busier as the sun comes out.
And what's your end goal? What would it be to have multiple vans all the time?
Aye, mate, so like, maybe go down the route of the shops at some point, mate, but I don't know, I'm kind of about to stick to the vans, mate, I think.
You see that thing now, it's when a lot of places do pop-ups, and I think that's a good thing, it suits your kind of style where you're not sticking to a place for a year, or for good, you're just gone and finding a place for maybe a month or so and then doing that.
Mate, that's what I think. I want to have a van covering all different areas of Scotland, basically. You know what I mean? I want to have a van Glasgow, South Lanarkshire, North Lanarkshire, Edinburgh, East Renfrewshire. You know what I mean? That's ideally in the next 5 years. You know what I mean? I'd like to have a van in every sector. Do you know what I mean? And why not?
That's fucking genius, mate. I love it.
I don't see. There's no reason. The only thing that's stopping me right now is obviously capital. You know what I mean? Like, you've got to have a lot of money to be able to put that many different vans on the road and that many staff and all that, but listen, Rome isn't built in a day, mate, do you know what I mean?
No,
so
you're right, and I think if you ended up doing all that at one time, you've tested
too much,
right,
mate,
you know what you're doing the news, right? So
exactly, but that's, obviously I'm looking at doing a second van, but there was potential investors talking about opening a third van, which is still on the cards, but I was like, I said to them, I was like, listen, just hold off a wee bit. I was like, actually going from 1 to 3 instead of 1 to 2, then 2 to 3. 1 to 3 is a big jump, do you know what I mean? Because you don't know how you're going to handle the pressure of having 2 vans as it is, do you know what I mean? So I was like, let me get the second van on the road first, see how that goes, and then obviously we'll maybe talk towards the end of the year and maybe a third van going on the road, you know what I mean?
Mate, I'm buzzing to see how you go on, mate. See, since I've met you now, mate, I'm mate. If you're wanting you to do well, man.
I appreciate it, bro.
So, just because this is a boozing podcast, you told us you don't really booze, it's 4 times a year.
Aye.
Football related.
Aye.
It's a birthday.
It's running about out the way we do it, I know, but there's a lot more than 4.
4 plus 0.
Which, if you get any experience with whiskey, have you ever tried it? A lot of people have just tried whiskey, just fucking, like, for me it was something I stole out of a cupboard.
Is it?
I tried it just when I was 16, I didn't like it until like now when I kind of, somebody pointed me in the right direction.
Your taste buds growing up a wee bit and that.
Aye.
No, I've not, to be honest, mate. I must have tried. I don't know about whiskey. I think it was back in the day. I remember my uncle, man, pouring a rum. That was at not a Jack Daniel, Captain Morgan. Captain Morgan, man, and Coke, man. I remember he let me try that, man, a good few years ago now, and I was like, that's actually alright, man. I thought I liked it, and then I tried it, man, like a year later myself, and it was just, I was like, that's barking. He must have got the right thing, mate.
We were drinking pints of fucking rum and apple juice in my house at like 5 in the morning, mate, and that's how we came up with the idea to start.
Was it? Aye,
mate, just came up with the idea to just, why don't we do our own? Maybe like the way you were, I don't want to work for somebody, and I was like, I kind of don't want to do that either. I would like to try and work for myself, so that's how we started kind of pursuing it. It took a wee while to get there, but we managed to do it. You'll know we working with councils, mate, they're a fucking nightmare.
Oh, it's hard work, mate.
About it the pre-podcast, man, he's this same Alloway. Nobody's got a good word to say about working with the council. They don't make things easy, but see if you go south of the border in England, they just set up a van if you want, put whiskey or booze if you want. There's hardly any, like,
I know, because the Scottish are so mental in it, but man, it's like when you're dealing with alcohol, man, and Scottish people, you know what I mean? That's how you're not allowed to drink after 10 o'clock anywhere, do you know what I mean?
I know, mate, football is the reason why we can't drink in the street, we can't drink before 10 or after 10, we can't buy booze, and the football just there, just kind of summed it up.
Exactly, mate. I know.
And it's kind of right, innit?
I think it's a product of that environment, but you're like a caged animal, if you know what I mean. So it's like when you get a bit of leeway, then you see if they sold pints in the stadium. I'd go to football, have a couple of pints, but no, people sneak in half bottles of bucket. So I remember going to the football, can't remember what game it was, and the guy in front of me, 2 rows to the left, man, just whipped out a bottle of Smirnoff and just drank it, put it back in his jacket, and you're like, see if that guy could buy a pint, he'd have had a pint rather than drinking straight vodka in the stadium.
I know, not hear that.
Would that have been a bit safer?
Aye.
It would have been. Do you ever have a pint? Obviously you don't hang me, but would you ever just have a one pint?
No, that's what I was actually saying, like obviously like when I go on holiday with the boys, you're always like, I'm on you, man, hurry up and get a pint. Like I literally don't enjoy the taste of it. Like I wish I could. I actually do wish I did. Like no that I want to pure drink all the time, but I wish that I tried a pint and I liked the taste of it, so I could just have a pint with the troops and all that. But I literally just don't like the taste of it. That's all it is. You know what I mean? That's all it comes down to. So that's what I say. Because the boys are always like, all my pals are all mad for it. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not like all my pals don't drink or anything like that. Every one of my pals drink, but I just feel as if I can hang about with them and be sober and still have just as good a time. You know what I mean? Like I'm still myself anyway, you know what I mean? That when I'm on I don't, as I say, I don't drink much, man, but I used to get a mad drink, mate, back in the day, you know what I mean? I think because I started so young, man, you know what I mean, being for Specksy, man, for the scheme.
By the time you were 24, you were sick it?
Oh, mate, try 19, 20, man, you know what I mean? So starting for 13 or something like that, right on it all the time, man, bottles of MD and all that, when you're a wee guy, you know what I mean? I think just constantly, every single day, on it, man, for you're a wee guy, and when I got about 18, 19, I was just like to myself, man, I can't balance with this anymore, you know what I mean? So, but as I say, I still get a booze, but can be a bit of a roaster, man, sometimes, you know what I mean, when you're drinking the vodka too much, man, that's what it gets.
I think it's mate, 4 times a year, man, you'll be fucking sound. Your missus must love you to bits, man. Coming home only 4 times steaming, mate.
I would love you for bringing me a spud home, man. That's what I have very deep love.
Oh, she's sick of him now, mate, but that's the thing, my missus is the same, mate. She doesn't really take a drink either, man, so I think that's we work out well, do you know what I mean? Like, because you usually get some lasses pure love a booze and all, do you know what I mean, man? Some lasses like to go out and drink, a couples will go out and get a booze with each other all the time, do you know what I mean? You find, but me and her, she's the exact same as me, mate. She's lucky she's boozes 4 times, she'll whip 2 times a year or something like that, you know what I mean, if you're lucky.
I think it's good and all, see the fact that you're no going out and boozing. Like I say this to Rebecca falls out at me for like fucking having she doesn't like clutter, but we're having a baby and I'm like, it's going to get cluttered.
Oh,
but she'll fall out at me for having letters on the side after they've come in. I'll put them on the side so I can open them later. She'll fall out at me. I was like, I could be like an alcoholic, I could be like a drug addict. And the worst thing you've got to say about me is the fact that
leaving letters
and a wee bit of clutter.
She better get used to the mess anyway, man, with the rain coming in. Is that your first eye?
First, mate.
I thought he left his jacket and he had my jacket, his jacket would swap somehow. And I went to his house and you were getting a haircut and swapped the jacket and I was talking to Rebecca and she was like, oh, she went like, he's doing my tits in. And I was like, what's he done? She went like, he's fed the dung, he's left the empty dug tin on top of the bin. And I went, I actually was like, that would annoy me or not. See if it was on top of the bin rather than in the bin. It's just because you say that was the first thing she said to me.
I know, do you know, if she told me that and I was like,
I agreed.
And Todd would agree with you, but mate, I think there's so, like, but then what I was going to say was like, I like to, I'm out working for like 5 in the morning. I do like 4 days a week. Then the other days I'm doing, well, most of the time we're doing whiskey stuff. I think if you're working towards something, it's not as bad. Whereas, like, if you're a grafter, do you know what I mean? You're not going to spunk all your money on something stupid. Like,
you could be at the pub every night and leaving the dog food on top of the bin. It could always be worse.
It could always be worse.
But no, that's what I say to her. I know it's trying to find the balance, mate. That's what I always say. Life's about balance. It's try to balance your work life, your social life, looking after yourself. You know what I mean? I train MMA and all that and all. Do you know what I mean? So try to do your MMA training, try to do your business, try to spend time with your wains, do you know what I mean? Try to spend time with the missus, it's everything, that's the hardest part, I think, about figuring life out. It's like, try to balance everything and that and juggle everything at one time, give enough time to everybody so that it suits, but it's hard, mate, do you know what I mean? It's something I've struggled with, to be honest, mate. That's probably my biggest struggle.
I've been noticing that recently, and I said to Anton maybe last week, like, I'm struggling with, I kind of took my eye off the ball with the whiskey. And wasn't pursuing it as much as I was, like, getting the house ready and like getting to get like the woman go through that nesting, and we'd moved into a house last year and we were trying to do all that, and I was like focusing on getting the house ready, and then you kind of go off, and then I was trying to lose weight. Big Paul's asked me if I was unwell earlier because I'd lost a bit of weight, so that's fucked me up.
You can't win, man.
He says he doesn't look good. He might actually just have lost a bit of weight. I said, oh, thanks very much, mate. But so I was trying to like lose weight and get the house ready and all that, and then you just take your eye off. You just don't have enough time.
I know.
And then we're all human, mate. We all need to fucking sit down at one point.
Oh, and chill out. I know. That's one thing I struggle with anyway.
Mate. You like a spa, mate, didn't you? I can't sit in a spa, mate.
You can't sit still.
I get all antsy and all that, mate.
Just chilling.
Mate. I don't mind, see if then did a long day of grafting, sitting down and watching something on the telly. I couldn't like take myself away to a spa and sit all day, mate. I would do my thing.
I texted us, how's your holiday, man? Like, I just don't do myself, man. They're just all sitting by down the pool, man, and they go do something. I was like, mate, you're on holiday, mate. I'm not also, I could just go chill by the pool, man.
I was 4 or 5 minutes and it was like fucking 10:30 in the morning. I was like, I'm going to get mad with it today then, because nobody's doing it. And
mate, well, imagine how I feel, man, because I don't get mad with it, so that's even worse for me. Like, I just took her on the way into Turkey there just before the wee man was born. We were away for 2 weeks to Turkey, man. That's big. Mate, literally, mate, that might have been when he was born, or conceived or whatever, I mean, but mate, so we were away over there for 2 weeks, and it was this big Eftali Island, it's called, man. It's like 6 miles long, it's like it's like hotels alongside each other, and you go under the underpass, and it's a big, massive, like, literally an island, you know what I mean? It's honestly, it was brilliant, but I'm literally, like, my missus will tell you, man, I'm lost in a vein, mate. I'm up as soon as the tunes start in the morning, they're doing the mad dancing at the side of the pool and all that. I'm right up, man, and playing the pool games and all that, games of water polo and all that. Mad games, they put the mat out across the mat and you've got to run as fast as you can and all that. I do it all, mate, you know what I mean? I'm lost in the vein, and then she's like, just chilling, I watch you, mate, take you, mate. I'm like, no worries. I'm away taking you, mate, doing all the shoots and all that. Like, that's me. I'm just constant like that, mate. We were all inclusive. I didn't even take a drink for a holiday 2 weeks, mate. All inclusive, man, you know what I mean? I'm like, I wouldn't even pay this all inclusive for, you know what I mean? I'm not drink once.
Mate, you'll be like me, mate. I fucking love a water park then.
Oh, love them, mate.
Siam Park, man. Mate, I went to Siam Park with Rebecca, right on. That's why I said baby moon, mate. And I took her, we went together, and Right, Siam Park, the only thing she could go on was the lazy river, and we walked in, it was shut.
Oh, was it?
She just followed me about.
Did you go on the ride?
I went and fucking everything.
Machine tour.
Aye, mate.
And I say everything, it wasn't like the big steep one, I don't like that one.
Oh, the Pibber I done that, mate.
Mate, I went to, me and my mate Jordan went to it a few years back, and we get mad with it in the morning.
Aye.
And I was drinking, it was, you know how they gin goblets, it was we got a quadruple rum, so I had one of them with Hingme. Went on that, Tower of Power, came down, all the water went up my nose, got off, walked straight to a bush and whitey done it. I was like, I'm not doing that again, man.
I met a guy for whenever we went to Tenerife the first time we went, and I met a guy, it was when I made Tenerife the tune actually, and I met a big guy, Rob, big Welsh guy, mate. He was a big guy, mate, so he was, man, really big guy, and I went on Tower of Power with him, and I'm like, I don't know if you're going to come off this big man, you know what I mean? He was mad, and he went right down it, man. He nearly came off it, see when he came down, man. Oh, that mate, nearly went right up onto the stairs, man, the big guy.
Fuck's sake. Mate, it is class, that's my dream, like, see having a wee boy, mate. Having a wee boy, I can't wait to run about with a water park. So I don't think I'll calm down. My dad was like that and all, just fucking wanted to do everything.
Mate, she takes after my wee lassie takes after her more. My missus doesn't like rides and all that stuff. I pure love like theme parks and amusement parks and water parks and all that. See, when we went to Turkey, we went to a place called Land of the Legends.
So it's like seen videos, man, class.
Oh mate, brilliant it is. It's like Nickelodeon. It's basically like when you go to America and you go to like
Universal,
it's like that, but Turkey version. But it's brilliant, man. And they have a SpongeBob land in that, and we were in the SpongeBob land, and my wee lassie was like, only she likes going on the wee rides, but nothing like going up and down and all that. And there was one that it was a Wayne's one, but it went high, and I was like, I'm taking her on it, and she was like, my wee lassie was like, I'll go on it and all that, and she was like, no, and I'm like, she's so nice. See, soon as she got on it, mate, one of the ones that goes up and round and then spins back and all that, she was screaming, mate. So she was, man, my sister's pure looking at me like, see you, and all that.
You're in the bad books, you're getting off that.
That was it.
That's class, mate. Mate, I thoroughly enjoy it. I think it's a good thing. You think of yourself the way you are, like, I think it's a general net positive for me. Like, it works out well. Like, I just do have energy. My missus Disney really, so it kind of works out well.
I know.
Just checking the time there. Right, this is the one I was looking forward to. We were talking about. What I've realised is all the things that you used to punt were water, liquid based.
Liquid based.
So a dial of booze, cocktails, and water. So dial of booze.
That was like during that was like just around about COVID time, man. Like not long before COVID, you know what I mean? Like obviously that's when I'd stopped drinking all the time. You know what I mean? I wasn't on it every weekend and that anymore. And there was no dial of booze round near my bit at the time. There was only one that I used to get all the time. It was served for years and years. It was like an older family. We used to go to the Champions League, it was called, man, do you know what I mean? And they were brutal to get a holiday, you know what I mean? So when I stopped and I wasn't going to the gas and that anymore and getting on it, I was like, I was not down here doing dial of booze, you know what I mean? So I was like, as you do, man, as always, you know what I mean? I'm like, Specksy boy was trying it. So I started the dial of booze, mate, and I've done that for a couple of years, mate, you know what I mean? I had few drivers and all that stuff, mate, because obviously I've got a passion for MMA, so I used to stay up every weekend and watch the UFC. So I was like to myself, how can I make money while I'm sitting here watching the UFC, you know what I mean? And I was like, dial booze, I'm like, why not just start a dial booze? I'm up to 6 in the morning every single night watching the UFC anyway in the house, you know what I mean?
That could have went a more dangerous, more fucking thing, more illegal way. That's only punting booze, fair play.
No, I stuck to the booze, don't worry about that. But aye, mate, so that means I was like, I may as well, you know what I mean? I'm sitting in here watching, my pals used to watch it with me, so I ended up just getting my pals to do the driving for me and all that, you know what I mean? I'd just sit in, man, get a cut them on the fights and all that, man. Orders came in, like that, boom, on you go, you know what I mean? The boys used to just jump out with the dial of booze, and then after a while I was like, right, doing dial of booze, I'm serving other people's booze. I was like, right, what about making my own sort of booze, you know what I mean? I'm like, what can you make? I was like, cocktails, you know what I mean? Because usually I've obviously thought further ahead, man, and actually made your own whiskey and all that stuff, but I was like, I didn't have that much knowledge of alcohol, do you know what I mean? So I was like, that's an easy thing to make, do you know what I mean? I was like, cocktails, you know what I mean? Just get a bit of juice, man, get a bit of vodka, get a bit of fruit in that, you know what I mean? I'll chuck it in. So we just ended up going and getting all the stuff, blenders and all that, man, getting the big jugs, and then we had the wee kind of thin bags, so people used to sellotape them to them, do you know what I mean? So they used to take them into the football games or concerts and all that stuff, boomtails they were called, because I don't know if you used to say it your bit, but in Coatbridge and Airdrift they used to say booming. that's booming.
Aye,
See, like,
heard
you
that,
know what I mean?
aye,
So
aye.
people, that's Boomtown, we're going to Boomtown and all that. That was a pure party back then, you know what I mean? So I was like, right, fuck it, you know what I mean? Boomtails instead of cocktails, you know what I mean? So me and two of my pals done that together for ages, mate. And that obviously went really well as well, mate. Just used to, it was fruit. That was the summers used to be good back then and all, but you know what I mean. See now, man, it's you get two hot days. The summers back then it was pure roasting all the time. You know what I mean?
Is that a thing that the summers are better? I think it's your memory, man.
It must
They
be
definitely
it's
used to be
nostalgia,
better.
it's nostalgia in it, mate.
Definitely used to be better. Like your transit weekends would always be like roasting, like for
aye,
weeks.
mate,
Or
you
the COVID summer, man. It was just like 7 weeks
Mate,
of
do you
pure
know what?
bliss.
Funnily enough, see, cunts talk about people controlling the weather and all that.
Oh,
like,
mate, 100%.
But see when the
He's one of us.
he's one of us. I was
literally just talking to my mum and my stepdad about it last night, literally, mate. Like, I mean, I was sitting showing and somebody put up on Facebook, oh my God, look at the clouds, and people were commenting. It was a woman Faird, I didn't know who she was, and people were commenting that, oh my God, that's amazing and all that. And I'm like, you actually thick. I'm like, look at that cloud, the sky's split in half. I'm like, how can you think that's normal? And people are commenting that that's beautiful and all that. I'm like, you are fucking half your nuts.
Aye, mate, I think, but see with Dubai, like Dubai when they like seed the cloud for
cloud seeding and that, aye.
I was like, that's fucking blowing up here. We're getting fucking soaked in the middle of summer.
Mate.
Obviously, I was just pure thinking out loud. I was just kidding on, but I was like, this place, it's fucking ringing in summer now. I remember the best summer of my life was like, I think it was like the Euros, was it? And Scotland were in it, and it was like 2020. I don't know, but I was working down south.
We played England. I went down to London. We played England. We drew with them,
and it was pissing down there, you know.
0-0.
But that fall, I think it was that fall summer. We fucked them 0-0. That fall summer was roasting, and I chucked my job. Then I was just, me and Luke were staying together, mate. It was fucking dynamite.
Again, you had no job.
In Scotland, get fucked
I remember that in Hyde Park, is it, down in London, mate? And we were all in Hyde Park, man, and it was absolutely belting down, man, pissing down, mate, and all the Scottish man were in it. Obviously, we were playing England the next day and all that, know what I mean? It was a proper good party, mate. I was right on it then, man, and all, know what I mean? And that was 2020, wasn't it? That was that was good. That was a good trip.
We done the typical Glaswegian thing. We took 28 boys and went to a house party in London.
We
went in, my mate was staying down there, and they had a pure class gaff, man.
Oh,
mate. He was staying with Spanish folk, and one of the boys was DJing for us and all that. It was fucking dynamite,
mate, it was brilliant, man. We were all up in what is the square? I don't know if it's Trafalgar Square or something like that.
You were there long,
it was like the big fountain thing and all that, man. We were all diving right into the fountain, man.
I didn't see any fountain when we went.
No,
we were not there.
There was another
Leicester Square.
Aye, we were at Leicester Square.
We went out the next day to Leicester Square, and like, we just stop in this wee beer garden, have a couple of beers, just take the edge off it. Then we'll kick about, man. Next time it was 10 o'clock, mate, we had to move. And we just went back to the hotel.
Mate, we were right in. We didn't get tickets for the game, man, brutal. But we were right. We were in the hotel, obviously watching the game and that, man, right before it. And that Braveheart and all that on, obviously, know what I mean. As you're doing that, man, Flower of Scotland on about 10 times before the game started, know what I mean. And then celebrated the 0-0 win.
0-0 win. It was good, mate. That was fucking some summer. Like, my missus doesn't really follow football, right? And she kind of grew up a Rangers fan, but she doesn't follow it at all. But I took her to the game. I took her to the Pally to watch the World Cup qualifier with Denmark. The one we won 4-2. And I took her there, mate, and she's like, can we know what, it'll be on the telly. I was like, you don't understand, you need to be watching this with other people. If we win, this is like, it's unbelievable. And she was going off her head, like, she's obviously getting roped into the atmosphere of a pub and everybody's rooting for the same team, and then after it, she was like, oh my God, thank you so much for taking me to that. That was class.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
I always think we like lassies who aren't into, or people who aren't into football, what kind of emotional thrill do you have where you have like a last minute winner or stuff like that? I don't understand what people do.
I know.
Rebecca even said that. I know, she's like, I don't have anything that's this good. Do you know what I mean?
She actually got a buzz off it. I know, no, it's mental, mate. I know. Sadly, man, I was literally in the gaff. My missus, I wanted her to stay up and watch the football, like you say, and all roped me into it. She's like, no, the main chartered. I was like, let the main stay up for the next hour, because we're pure strict, like, getting the way into bed at the right time and all that. And she's like, no, I'm like, just stay up and watch the game, man, because I think 8 o'clock kick-off and that, she goes to bed. And she took me up to bed, mate, and I was sitting on the couch myself, man, know what I mean? But fuck, the house get woke up, obviously, man. So as soon as that overhead kick went in, man, for a start, mate, know what I mean? Then the second, third and fourth, mate, every time, man, she's like, texting me, but you can have your nut for, I'm going to the World Cup then.
Mate, I booked a flight to the World Cup. Like that night.
Did you? Are you going, aye?
My sister lives in New York, right? She's getting married the day of the first game that is being played in New York. She's getting married in Glasgow. So her and her man would have went, but her man's came back and we're going to be watching it at her wedding in Hingway.
Oh, brilliant.
And then the day, a couple of days after, I'm meant to fly out. But I don't know, man. Now I'm thinking
because of that. Aye. Well, it's one of my best pals that I grew up with all my life, man. It's his stag do, and we're going to Santa Ponza, nice. Magaluf, basically, you know what I mean? And that's when we play Morocco, right. June the 18th. Right. But I think we're playing Morocco on the 19th for the 20th, so all the boys are going to be back again, man. Like we went to Magaluf and we were all 18. And obviously, but was that 7 years ago now or something like that, and now we're all going back 7-8 years later, man. Every one of the boys is like 20s or something like that going, and we'll all be there when Scotland plays Morocco, so that'll be some scrapped in the strip. We've just had this on the Moroccans.
We've just had the same. Everybody's had the same growing up. We went to Magaluf and all. We've got to Santa Ponza like all the time, man. It's
Santa Provo, innit?
It certainly is. Right, probably the coolest thing what you're doing now is this MMA promotion you've got. So tell us a bit about it.
Aye, mate, so Strike MMA, obviously, my best mate Jamie, he was the one that came up with the idea. He came to me, so basically what it is, his uncle used to run FFC back in the day, so you know Paul Craig and Chris Bungard and all that, obviously, man, that was the first shows that they ever fought on when they started their amateur career. So his uncle gained proper like notoriety in the scene back then, man. It was the best show in Scotland. Like, people call his uncle Dana Green, not his name's James Green, people call him Dana Green, not I mean. So he had the best show in Scotland back then. Obviously 10 years have went past, James doesn't do it like that anymore. Jamie's trained MMA all his life. I've been doing either Muay Thai or MMA since I was younger as well, do you know what I mean, since I was 12 or 13, on and off for years, so, and we've got a massive passion and love for like MMA together, so that's all we used to speak about all the time, talk about doing MMA and going to training MMA with each other, and then he came up with the idea, mate, to like, why don't we start a show, do you know what I mean, man, do what my Uncle James done back in the day, so he basically started it all, man. Came up with the kind of like he came up with the idea at the start of it, and then like maybe a few months down the line can introduce me to it as well, and he was like, listen, I've got all these plans, what do you think, do you want to help me? Obviously I've got a good following and things like that, and a good network, and I'm good at business and stuff like that as well, and he's really good at business and graphics and all this stuff, so we work really well together, where like he's more subtle, do you know what I mean, like I'm more out there, man, he's like an introvert and an extrovert, do you know what I mean, but it works, honestly it just works really well with each other, so we've both got really good qualities, man, that can help build a promotion, and it's just, honestly, it's just like a pure great partnership, man. So the first show's in the 9th of May in Soccer World Glasgow. We've got 20 fights on, so we've got 40 fighters coming from all over the UK, maybe actually a couple of guys from Europe as well. We're in the middle of a few matchups, but we've got the best gyms in Scotland, some of the top gyms in England, best gyms in Ireland, in Northern Ireland, and everybody's coming over, and whether it's the boats or the ferries or the planes, you know what I mean?
That's amazing, mate.
Aye, mate, we're putting on the best fights possible, mate. So a lot of shows in Scotland especially, and obviously down south as well, it's like gyms, like people, like coaches that have gyms that put the shows on, so it's like a home show, so you get all the people for that gym fighting on it against other people, whereas we're not affiliated to any.
And is there anything else similar to that?
Like a non-affiliated, not really off the top of my head, that I know, like most of the shows I know, it's either fighters that have started it or coaches, do you know what I mean? Like I don't really know much off the top of my head. There might be, do you know what I mean? Don't quote me on it, but there might be, but off the top of my head, any show that I know in Scotland, it's from a gym or a coach or a fighter that does it, whereas we're just two guys with a massive passion for MMA that absolutely love the sport, do you know what I mean? And that's what we want to do, like I said, even for the dialogue, you know what I mean, like I've not missed an MMA card in like honestly nearly 10 years, like every single weekend I stay up, it doesn't matter what's on the next day, even if it's the Old Firm for instance, like our show's in the 9th of May and the Old Firm's in the 10th, Sean Strickland and Hamza are fighting, that'll be on to 5-6 in the morning, and I'll need to be at Parkhead for 12 o'clock, I'll still be up watching that fight regardless, you know what I mean, I'll get 4 hours sleep or something like that, and then I'll get back and I'll get the bus into Parkhead, but like I've just got this crazy passion for it, mate, and obviously running your own show. Like I when I was training like 2 years ago, I was sparring in that, mate, and I'd lost a lot of weight at the time. I was doing really well. I was going to take a Muay Thai fight, and I get spinning heel kicked in the face off one of my training partners. I had to get facial surgery, so I had to get my face cut open, man. So it was a real bad one. I had like a 4 centimetre gap in my skull, and so I was just like that to myself, and it obviously took me away from business and all that stuff, and I couldn't go to the gym and all that cause yet, and I had to get proper surgery, and I couldn't breathe out my nose, man, for like a year and a half, and I was just like that to myself, do you know what, man, there's other ways to get involved in this sport.
I have your passion.
We have your passion without actually obviously being a fighter yourself, you know what I mean? So obviously when Jamie came to me with the idea about promoting our own show, do you know what I mean? I was like, this is perfect, do you know what I mean?
So 20 fights.
Oh, mate,
I don't know much about UFC and hosting fights, but to be the first one and there's 20 fights, that's impressive. All over in the UK.
So I was listening to the podcast Riley's gaff he was on, and he was saying like, I don't want to do like the best fights at the end. I want to have the best fights right at the start, really mixed through.
So start to finish,
and you just go, that's fucking dynamite. That just common sense. Obviously, you understand why for TV, but if it's a local show, a local promotion,
mate, but that's what I'm saying. Like what we've done, me and Jamie together, man, every night we're on the phone, mate, to like he has a business and I have a business, mate. Obviously we've got misses and all that, he's not getting any weigh-ins or whatever, but like we sit, like even if we're working the next day, man, we're up at 7 in the morning or whatever, 6 in the morning, we're sitting on the phone till like 2, 3 in the morning, man, for like 3-4 hours going through everything together, you know what I mean? Like trying to come up with the ideas and messaging people, and because there's so much that goes into a show, mate. It's not just getting a few fighters here, there's like a million things that you need to put together, like everything on that night, if you imagine, like I can't even start with a list, but everything that's on there on that night is came for us booking that in, or sorting the people to be there, do you know what I mean? It's like a lot of work. There's a reason why not many people do it, but we love it, see, because we've got a passion for it, mate. Like it's not like a task, it's like we're waking up like that, boom, right on the phone, trying to get more fighters. But mate, the names that we've got, it's unbelievable. Like, we've got number 4, I'll obviously touch on the matches on Riley Calf, so I won't go too much into it, but like we've got like, for the title fight, amateur title, we've got number 4 in the fall of the UK and Ireland at flyweight, fighting against number 19, who's actually, he's 10-0 the wee guy, he's only 17-year-old from Northern Ireland, and he's 10-0, mate. This guy's going to be big, mate. And then number 4 is obviously like top 4. He's the best in Scotland, but he's the top 4 in the full UK and Ireland out of like hundreds or maybe thousands of people. Do you know what I mean? So they're fighting on the show, and then we've got a lot of big gyms. Like funnily enough, man, who actually gave us a follow, believe it or not, he only follows 1,000 people. He's got 700,000 followers. Conor McGregor's Coach Kavanagh. John Kavanagh follows the page, mate. So
that's unreal. Are you working towards getting any of his fights?
That was it. He's gave us a few names, but we've not managed to get him a match for this show. So we've got his contact anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Even just him offering a couple of names.
He gave us 3 or 4 names, but it was hard to get them matched because obviously they're fed at a top gym. Do you know what I mean? Not many people will accept it, but 100% the next few shows he'll be on it, man. So to have a name like that, and that came through Jamie's uncle, do you know what I mean? Because Jamie's uncle had obviously the contacts back in the day and stuff, man, and I don't know if he had met some of John's boys on back in the day or something, but he ended up getting us in contact with John, mate, and then boom, man, as soon as you seen that, Coach Kavanagh followed the page, mate, do you know what I mean? Oh, what a buzz that was, mate, you know what I mean? It was like winning the lottery ticket for us, man, do you know what I mean? Conor McGregor's coach, so things that, like, me and Jamie are really into our faith, man, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm a big Catholic, obviously, I always wear my Jesus on my chest, you know what I mean? I'm a big Catholic, mate, I always have been, you know what I mean? And that's what we always say to each other, man, it's like, it's God's plan, mate, it's like, the things that's happening and falling into place for this show, it's just like, it's God's work, mate, 100%, do you know what I mean? Like, the things that are potting up, and like, when something goes wrong, it just fixes itself somehow, mate, do you know what I mean? And I'm like, that's just 100% God's plan, this full time. I think
a lot of times when you go and do stuff and things start working in your favour, you start going, right, I can see, or sometimes when something falls apart and you go, fuck, but if you carried on going that way, there'd been a bigger problem or something. Sometimes you start noticing things like that, and you're like,
it's a sign, mate.
Everything's meant to happen for
a reason, mate. But that's
so that must just fucking.
Me and Jamie haven't been best pals all our life or anything like that. Like, we've been pals for a considerable amount of years, over 5 years, but not even in our group of pals. We wasn't like us two were like pure best mates. But over the last kind of 2 years or something like that, we started to get like a lot closer and stuff. And we were training each other all the time. And then we actually started a mental health group, so we did. So at the end of last year, I started a thing called Unfiltered, and I was trying to see just people that are struggling and all that stuff, maybe addiction and stuff, or like just on it all the time, and just like people that had proper addictions. We were getting them out and doing cold plunges, so we started that together. And we were like, why don't we open up a wee coffee van or something, or like open up what's it called, sauna, and we were thinking about doing all this stuff, and it just, none of that ever came to fruition. And then whenever he came to me with the plan about doing the MMA show, I was like, this is, because we always talked about getting a business with each other the last few years, and I was like, this is the one we're supposed to do, do you know what I mean? But the other ones were just daft ideas and that, but now this one made sense, do you know what I mean? I'm like, right, MMA show, this is what us two literally love, that's all we talk about, so everything's going well. So 4 weeks, on Saturday it'll be 4 weeks to the show, man, so do you know what I mean? God willing, mate, everything goes well, but I think it will, mate. Like, we've got so much good things happening with the show, and it's only going to get better and better and better as time goes on, mate, do you know what I mean? So if the first show's going to be this good, man, then I can't wait to see for a year or two down the line where it's going to be, do you know what I mean?
I think you'll be the hydro in no time.
Oh, mate,
I think the hydro in no time. After listening to that, man, you'll be the hydro in no time.
That is the plan, do you know what I mean? Like, obviously Mark Dallas, he done the hydro with ICW, the wrestling. I bumped into him in the town last week, so I did, or 2 weeks ago to see
I seen that.
I sorry, mate, but we're both starstruck. We both stopped each other for a photo. We both looked at each other, I went like that, Dallas, and he was like, Specksy. He's like, can I get a photo with you? I'm like, can I get a photo with you? But he sent out the hydro, mate, so that's when you might aim to be, mate, do you know what I mean? See if you can sell a hydro for anything, mate, do you know what I mean? It's a big deal, mate, do you know what I mean?
It's class, mate. Again, you just want it to work out all well, and I'm more than sure it will, do you know what I mean?
Mate, 100%.
How can people buy tickets?
So follow on Instagram, that's where most of the work goes on. We've got a TikTok, we still need to make a Facebook page, but Strike MMA, just go onto the Instagram, links in the bio, you'll just be able to go straight on.
Right.
Takes you on to Ticket Scotland website, and then boom, Strike MMA tickets will be it. £50 a ticket, standard, do you know what I mean, mate? So that's well worth the money anyway, mate, for 20
$250
nights.
a fight.
Aye, basically.
$250 a fight, man.
Aye, you know what I mean? If that's that you might work.
You put it that way.
Aye, mate. It's good value for money anyway. Aye, that's it. He's working out how much I'm making there. But,
are you going to, what are you doing for, is there food and drink at it?
Aye, so the plan was originally to take a Spud van.
That's what I was thinking, man, was that they two just going to go perfect?
But the venue, they serve food and drink, so they were like, we'd rather make the money off that.
That's fair.
Plus my dad wants a night off and all. I can't anyway, I'll be running the show as well, me and Jamie, do you know what I mean?
So putting out fires and stuff.
Aye, I'll be obviously, we'll be running about making sure all the fighters are getting ready to go and all that stuff, so there's no way I could bout serving the Spuds, man, you know what I mean?
And obviously you are very social media savvy, so I'm guessing you're going to be doing a lot of filming and stuff as well.
Aye, mate, like orders.
Mate, have you ever thought about doing like hiring somebody just to like film it as a documentary kind of thing?
Aye, well we've got, I've not really got like a documentary sort of thing, but we've got like all different video guys that are involved, mate, like people that are videoing the Octagon, people that are making a kind of documentary like just of the night though, not in the lead up to it, but just of the night itself. You've got guys videoing backstage, like getting the hands wrapped and the fighters making their walkout, so, and then you've got your interview guys, like you've got wee Blair McNally, so he's coming to do that, see the Blair that does the...
I've heard that name and I don't know why.
The ginger boy does all the football stuff.
Oh, right.
He does all the kind of football, I know what
you're talking about.
That boy, and then we've invited Big Gully Talks, I don't know if you've seen him.
I've seen stuff.
We've invited him, and then obviously Riley's gaff are doing they're doing the commentating, do you know what I mean?
Oh, they aye?
They're the commentators for it, mate, do you know what I mean? So we've got all good boys in the scene obviously coming in, they're going to be doing all that, but everything will be documented, mate, and then as time goes on, mate, we'll just grow it, man. You've got to crawl before you walk, do you know what I mean? So we're trying to build it up slow so that there's always room to grow. We don't want to go to the best venue straight away, we don't want to put the ultimate best production we can straight away, because you want to make the next show bigger than the best. Like even the belt, it's a silver belt we've got because we want to then have a gold belt down the line and all, do you know what I mean? Like there's always wee things, mate, just to grow and make it better.
So how does that work? Are you going to have, is there one title fight or is
one title fight on the night, but
on
the night there's one title fight, but next shows will be more, you know what I mean? We'll grow it as it goes along, like the belts are, they're expensive, man.
I've seen the picture of the belt, mate.
It's expensive, mate, aye, it's expensive, mate, so, but aye, as time goes along, mate, we'll introduce more and more belts, mate, and more weight classes, do you know what I mean? So by the time it goes on, man, you maybe have four or five title fights in the one night, different weight classes, do you know what I mean? So
that's unreal, man.
Aye, but we start off with one, mate, do you know what I mean?
Mate, I've wrote down what you're going to wear. Because as soon as you started talking about Dana White, I was like, he kinda scrubs up, but what would you?
Mate,
I don't know what I'd do for that.
My stepdad actually said that last night, he was like, what, you wearing a suit and all that? And I'm like, no chance.
Big fur coat.
Mate, I'm not the type, mate, see how I dress, you know, mate, this is me all the time, mate, like I hate wearing jeans and all that, I'm not smart dresser, mate, to be honest, man. I'm pure scheme boy, mate. I'm always wearing trackies and all that, man. So
are you getting a new trackie for it?
No, I won't be wearing a trackie. I'll need, my missus is like, she's like, we were literally in Zara and that, and she's like, right, look, there's a nice wee overcoat and all that, a nice wee overshirt and all that, man. That means so I'm just letting her pick an outfit for me, you know what I mean?
I think as well, you got to just stay with the way you are.
Comfortable,
absolutely, mate. You've got it's your show, it's your house. You know what I mean? That night it's your house. If you do whatever you're comfortable in, man. I know, mate. And I think that speaks more for your character than it does. Fucking
putting a free piece on, man, if you're going to races or something.
Exactly.
But no, I'm actually saying to Jamie, I'm like, I bet you wearing, man, so I can just wear similar stuff, because he can dress smart and all that. I mean, he likes to dress smart and that sometimes. So I'm just like, Tim, here, see whatever you're wearing, just send me, man. I'll just get something similar. You know what I mean? So,
mate, fair play. I think if you try and be too different to what you are, then it can be you're not comfortable, mate. You're going to have a lot to do that first night. Do you know what I mean?
Mate, it'll be between me and him and everybody that's helping with the show and all that, mate. Like, it's going to be, but we take, that's what I say, we take a load, see, like, when I think that's one of the reasons he came to me, mate, because I think he realised he's there as well, like, running a full show like that yourself's really, really hard, do you know what I mean? And he knows the way I'm really, really, like, always on the go and want to do things all the time. So I think we help take the load off each other, mate, and like, he takes a lot of stuff to do and I take a lot of stuff to do, and we just kind of split it down the middle, do you know what I mean, to make sure the show runs, because see, having all that on one person's shoulders, mate, even if it was me doing it myself, or if it was him doing it himself, you could never do it, mate. One human couldn't handle all that, mate. Do you know what I mean? It's hard enough even between two days, mate, do you know what I mean? But we're making it work, mate, so it's just, we're just, as I say, God willing, mate, we're 4 weeks away now, man, so you don't know what you're getting into until the night, you know what I mean? Because you've never done it before, so you don't know how until everything starts kicking off, and then, do you know what I mean? You just got to take it minute by minute, mate. So, but I've got faith in this, mate. I've got faith that it'll work out, mate.
The way you're talking about it, I really think you're going to do it as well. So, just to recap, you have tickets are in Strike MMA on Instagram.
Strike MMA on Instagram. Strike MMA _.
Right, okay, and then you have link in the bio for that.
Yeah.
What else do you have? You've got obviously Specksy Spuds.
Specksy Spuds, Specksy Spuds is my Specksy Spuds on Facebook and Specksy Spuds on Instagram for the Spud business, and then obviously my main page is Specksy Official, I know what I mean. You can find a mix of everything on there, you know what I mean.
And you post regularly for the Spuds, you tell people where they're going to be. Where you're going to be.
So for the Spud page, we post up on a Saturday and a Sunday where we're going to be. It's usually always a Monday, Wednesday, Friday we're open. So we post up on the page exactly where we're going to be on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday over the weekend, and then you just kind of know, and then everybody will congregate at the areas, man. So I just Saturday, Sunday always do a post up, but we only do week to week because you don't know what can happen in the space of a month, mate. I don't want to promise, we're going to Muirhead in 4 weeks, do you know what I mean? Nobody's thinking, nah, I'm going to get a tattoo on the 28th, you know what I mean?
I was stuck in my diary, mate.
He is the best organised
so I just go week to week, mate, just in case anything changes.
That keeps it a bit exciting, but no, when you put the post up, man, is he in my ear? Is he anywhere actually within a 10-mile radius?
That is, mate. You get a lot of people, mate, that travel, man, even if it's not in their exact area, you know what I mean? Like, no, but man, he's only the town next to me, man, you know what I mean? I don't know when he's going to be in my area next, because I think that helps build it and all.
Fantastic. Well, mate, I've see for no boozing, I've thoroughly enjoyed this. It's a great chat, mate. You're fucking an enigma, mate. You're fucking.
Cheers, mate.
You've done all sorts, mate. It's class. Mate, I wish you all the best for everything. I'm sure you don't need it. You'll be fucking smashing it,
same with you with the movie and that, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Thanks very much, mate, for coming on. Loved it.
And we'll fucking get tickets for that tonight, mate. I'm coming to see that. That's class,
mate,
man.
The boys will be there, man. But if you want to stay on it right through,
no, nobody else, mate. That was an off-camera chat.
An early night, mate, and then obviously Parkhead in the morning, innit, man?
Aye. You'd be fresh for the big game.
Oh, you want to be, especially, man, this big, mate. It's not been this big in many years, has it?
Right, we'll stop the cameras now before we start. Right, thank you very much for watching the full episode. I'm sure you've enjoyed it. You know where to follow Specksy, and for us, follow and I'm shite at this, but subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Spotify. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.
See you later. Cheers.